And there is Alexander Martinez. I can't help but wonder, this is a guy undefeated so far in his mixed martial arts career, Kenny, but there's levels to this, as has been famously said multiple times. Is Alexander Martinez ready for the big show?
I tell you, he's someone to watch. I know he doesn't have a heck of a lot of experience, and he's going against the finalist from 2019 in Radzhabov, but watch out for this kid's footwork. He's very tricky. Watch out for that lead leg as well. He comes from that Taekwondo background, and if you don't have footwork, and if you're not able to get on the inside, you're going to be in for a long night. He loves to be at that long range, and he's going to use it against the shorter Radzhabov.
Randy, he told us in fighter meetings he feels like he's a bad matchup for Loik because Loik, as we know, likes to press forward, likes to throw heavy hands. He says, I'm very tall for the weight class, Martinez. I can keep people at bay. This could be a nightmare matchup for a guy who's in a final.
Absolutely could. He's long enough if he can find those angles and use that footwork and pick him up, pot shot him as Radzhabov tries to come in. And we know Radzhabov's going to try to come in. That's what he does. He wades in, he's very powerful, he's a bit raw, but he's got a lot of amazing strength and a lot of ability.
Martinez sprints his way into the smart cage, ready to make his debut. And on your screen is his opponent. Perhaps appropriate that he opens us up tonight here on ESPN Plus, because in December of 2019, that man was one half of what is unequivocally the fight of the night and maybe the fight of the season when he took on Natan Schultz in a really close championship.
Absolutely, a barn burner. This guy became an instant star in Tajikistan as the first guy to ever kind of make it into MMA. The ambassador for Tajikistan was here for that match, so pretty amazing. He's got really, really good power. I think he's a bit frivolous or raw with his energy, and I think that's what cost him in the match with Natan. We'll see if he's refined that at all tonight and is able to kind of hone it in and focus it on his opponent, Martinez.
Now, Kenny, in my career, it was hard to teach an old dog new tricks. This is a man who bites his mouthpiece and wades into the fray. Can you alter that style if that's what you're predestined for?
I think it may be difficult, Sean. I think you're right. But, you know, as he looked back on the 2019 season, he said, listen, I wish I wrestled more. And I think that's exactly what he needs to do here against Alexander Martinez, especially being the shorter guy and perhaps the guy who's not as experienced on the feet.
Moments away from starting this card and this fight tonight, we take a look at our tail of the tape. Worth noting, Alexander Martinez fighting at lightweight. He is 6 feet tall. He's got a 73-inch reach. You see a lot of middleweights and light heavyweights in that neighborhood. So this guy potentially could fight long. Lillian Garcia starts off season 3 in the smart cage.
Thank you, Sean, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Atlantic City. We are live, and it is the official kickoff to the 2021 season of the Professional Fighters League, where the $6 million pursuit begins. All the action is about to begin in the lightweight division. This fight is presented to you by CarParts.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a striker. Standing at 6 feet tall, he weighs in officially 156 pounds. In 8 professional bouts, he has an undefeated record of 7 victories and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, and representing Paraguay, here is Alexander Martinez. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a wrestler who stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs in officially at 155 and 1/2 pounds. In 16 professional bouts, he has a record of 13 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Dushanbe, Tajikistan, he was the 2019 PFL lightweight runner-up, Loik Radzhabov. Your referee in charge, Victor Shaolin.
Wearing the ref cam, Victor Shaolin may just take us inside the action as these two lightweights square off to begin season 3. Regular season, playoffs, and a championship. PFL MMA, the only real league in the sport. Touch of the gloves, Martinez in the black and gray trunks, Loik Radzhabov in the red.
Look for Martinez to really establish his distance, try to keep Loik on the outside. Loik is going to try to get on the inside, land a big punch, or look for a takedown.
An early cup check here, possible 5 minutes.
Well, that was definitely a good shot.
Yeah, he was trying to go for that inside leg kick, went up a little bit. We see that often with that kick.
They get right back to action though. No harm, no foul, just a warning on that one. And there it is, Loik Radzhabov immediately swinging hard and now into the clinch.
Nice body lock by Radzhabov.
Tries the trip, good balance by Martinez. And now Radzhabov is able to drag him down.
Nice persistence there by Radzhabov. Tried to go with that inside trip, went with the outside, hit it. And now Martinez trying to get back to his feet. Let's see if he can use the cage to try to get back to where he wants to be, on the feet against the shorter Radzhabov.
He's got his left arm draped over the neck of Radzhabov, and now he links those hands trying for a standing guillotine here. And he pulls guard, Kenny. Is this tight?
Hard. It looks like Loik's head's on the right side. He's not going to be able to finish. Martinez isn't going to be able to finish from there.
No guillotine without the legs. It's really tough to do with just your arms.
He momentarily was able to try and pull guard. Radzhabov very intelligently jumped over into this side control position, and now he'll try and walk Martinez away from the cage so he can't use that for leverage. A little ref cam action taking us inside as promised. Radzhabov standing up out of the guard there. Up kicks threatening from Martinez. Nice underhook there by Martinez.
Martinez trying to elevate, trying to get underneath the hips of Radzhabov. Able to get to his knees here in that front headlock. Let's see if Martinez can turn it into anything. Goes right back to his guard.
One thing you'll notice watching Loik Radzhabov, he is freakishly strong. A lot of times guys will get good position and he's able to just hump his hips in or pull an arm out in a position that you don't think he's going to be able to muscle out of.
Martinez doing a good job defensively though from his guard. He's utilizing those leg frames to keep Radzhabov on the outside. Radzhabov really hasn't been able to land a whole lot from that top position.
It's a nice inside leg kick to punctuate the point, but he has not been able to rain any punishment down on the head, face, or body of Alex Martinez, who is undefeated, less experienced, and this is really the first big test of his career. He knew this opportunity was coming, so he trained all through the pandemic.
There's Martinez up.
And another body lock for Radzhabov. Martinez pushes him against the cage.
And we're seeing a little bit of that inexperience from Martinez. Martinez actually initiating these clinches, and he's ending up on bottom here against the superior wrestler, Radzhabov.
Randy, that was an outside trip again that got him down.
Absolutely. Nice body lock with an outside trip by Radzhabov. I can't even say his name tonight.
Nice reversal there by Martinez. Is able to get up and into side control. So the young Canadian by way of Paraguay or Paraguayan by way of Canada, whichever it is, moves to the mount.
His persistence pays off now. Radzhabov, this is his major weakness here. And Martinez in full mount. This is one of the worst positions you could be in. But Sean, you were talking about how Radzhabov able to get out of some nasty positions. Martinez trying to go for that arming guillotine.
And this is tight. Radzhabov is having to really move in order to try and get himself out of this. You saw the face turning red there. Martinez thinks better of burning his arms out and steps away.
Radzhabov doing a nice job of fighting the hands.
Spinning back kick.
Clear.
Looks like Radzhabov starting to slow down, guys. And, you know, Martinez trying to go for that arming guillotine. That is a very difficult one to finish on the feet. Let's see if he switches things up and goes to a high elbow guillotine next time. That will be a better one. But Martinez, you know, was able to take Radzhabov down that last exchange, but he is giving this clinch position to Radzhabov. repeatedly.
And now he gives up his hips, and Radzhabov is behind him, takes him for a little ride. And here it is again, hanging on that front headlock. Misses with the knee. Alex Martinez, Loik Radzhabov approaching the 10-second clap, nearing the end of round one here. Strong action from our first lightweight bout, not only of the night, but of the season. More next.
Here's Radzhabov in the body lock, steps around the outside, uses his hips well, and puts Martinez on his back. There's a head outside single by Martinez, dumps him, and ends up on top himself. Does a nice job. Spinning kick, tries to go high. Radzhabov has his hands up and blocks it, but a really nice technique by Martinez.
This is a close round, fellas.
Welcome back to PFL action. Fighter performance rating, new stat in mixed martial arts, a score of 1 to 100 based on impact inside the cage. Exclusive fighter performance rating brought to you by our friends at Rich Energy. You see mid-range scores there, fellas. We were trying to add some perspective to takedowns. I'll explain why those takedowns didn't lead to high scores here in a moment, but we're right back to action. Another spinning kick there from Martinez, dug into the body of Radzhabov, and now he grabs a single.
Back off your knees.
A couple nice kicks at distance there by Martinez, and then he gets to the clinch and trying to control this situation.
Uh-oh, look at this. Radzhabov looking for that ninja choke. That is very tight. Martinez able to get out, but looks like Radzhabov about to take the back here.
And straight to the mount.
On the leg, right away.
Martinez able to sneak out the back door, and once again finds himself underneath Loik Radzhabov.
Yep. Martinez in that crackdown position, but looks like Radzhabov's got the better of him, and Martinez chooses to go to his back there.
Off your knees.
Nice scrambling by Martinez. He does not stay in one position or a bad position for very long.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could see Radzhabov just kind of getting a little bit frustrated, a little bit winded off of those exchanges, Randy.
Well, when a long opponent moves this much in those grappling exchanges, if you're short-limbed, broad-bodied, that can be a frustrating experience.
Oh, nice shot by Martinez there coming into the clinch. Double underhooks by, well, body lock by Radzhabov.
Loik Radzhabov in the red pushes Alex Martinez in the gray and black trunks to the smart cage.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Martinez starts to switch things up and decides to just stay on the outside against Radzhabov. He's initiating a lot of these clinch situations, now going for that arm and guillotine. Looks pretty tight, right in the mouth.
Radzhabov rolls.
He could finish from here, guys. It looks very tight.
The face turning red for Loik Radzhabov.
Much better position now for Radzhabov.
Martinez getting offensive with those submissions.
Yeah, you know, that arm and guillotine is kind of a bittersweet technique. Sometimes you can turn into a reversal, potential submission, but a lot of times you give up takedowns, and we're seeing some positives and negatives from that technique.
Nice leg kick, but it was Radzhabov with a combination backing up Alex Martinez.
Nice.
A 1-2. Martinez showing that length, showing the reach advantage, and Radzhabov will have none of it. Once again, grabs the clinch, that body lock, Randy, over under, and presses Alex Martinez into the cage, and now he'll get down to the legs.
Sliding down the legs, hoping to pull those out in the double. There it is right there.
Another successful takedown. Now the question is, will it be an effective takedown that scores well in our fighter performance rating?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to do something with it, Sean. You know, he's not really getting on top and landing ground and pound. He's kicking the legs a little bit of Martinez, but not really getting superior position and perhaps giving enough distance for Martinez to get back to his feet. But it's a smart decision for him to go for these clinch takedowns because Martinez is clearly the faster guy on the feet.
Referee stands it up. Little touch of the gloves. 90 seconds remain here in round 2. And that's that signature striking style of Radzhabov. He gets right back down on a single leg.
Nice job by Radzhabov shelving that leg. Now getting good position here. Martinez trying to get an angle, maybe trying to set up an omoplata or triangle here. Not able to get it done.
Punch to the chest there from Radzhabov on top, and he stands up out of the guard again. He has not yet had offensive success here, Randy. Why is he standing up?
I agree, that's a good question. I'm not sure why he goes from a dominant position, being in the guard or even half guard of his opponent, to standing over him. And he's not using those takedowns that he has scored very effectively to damage his opponent.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's confident in exchanging on the ground too much with Martinez. I think he's just trying to stay safe enough where he's away from the submissions, but still trying to find a range where he can land some shots against Martinez, and he's having mixed success because of it.
Radzhabov is scoring those takedowns, but that's all they're scoring. Doesn't score any more than a
He's
good
in a
kick
triangle.
or a good
Triangle
punch.
attempt here. Martinez looking to get that right foot into the instep into behind his left knee. Radzhabov backs out of it, recognized the danger as the transition to the armbar comes. Radzhabov able to sneak a left hand down between the legs of Alex Martinez. 10 seconds remain in round number 2. Very interesting debut for Alex Martinez as the uppercut just glances off for Radzhabov. More next, round 3 when we return. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Kenny Florian back for round number 3 here in the Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino Resort. Season 3, this is the first fight of season 3, and it's a tough one to score through 2.
No question about it. Both these guys have been really back and forth with their offense and defense. Nice combination there by Martinez. They're going at it now, guys.
Both of them landing glancing blows at least in that, and Martinez initiates this clinch with the double underhooks. Works on the legs a little bit, a little Muay Thai knees. This guy has a well-rounded skill set, as promised.
Absolutely. Radzhabov has been able to get more takedowns. Martinez has been closer to submissions. He's been more effective on the feet. It is going to be very interesting to see how the judges score this one. Martinez trying to counter.
And there's another guillotine attempt. Very difficult to finish it from this position in the half guard. But you can see Loik Radzhabov is having to address this. The hands are locked, the face is red. Radzhabov able to pass now, working toward north-south. Tries to slide the knee back in, and not able to get to the mount. He'll go to half guard again.
This is a good control position for Radzhabov, but he needs to score points with punches to the head and body, and right now he's just very concerned with the position. Hasn't really hurt Martinez too much on the ground. Martinez trying to go for that Kimura. This could be tough to do from half guard as well. Let's see how Radzhabov addresses this.
Oftentimes you can just use this as a sweep, but I think when we're talking about judging, we talk about fighter performance rating, this is exactly what it's designed to measure, right? Because being on top by itself is not enough. Martinez, you can make an argument, has been more offensive from the bottom than Radzhabov has been from the top.
Agreed. Who's dictating the pace of the fight? Who's making the other adjust to them? And it's been Martinez from the bottom. Radzhabov needs to posture up and start landing some shots to that head and softening him up. And he's not able to do that. He's so worried about position and submission that he's not able to be offensive from the top position.
Absolutely, guys. If you're looking at who's been closer to finishing this fight, it's been Martinez with his submission game. It's been him on the feet, landing some good shots. has stung Radzhabov a few times in this fight. And now almost a sweep.
He keeps working to try and get up, to try and grab an arm, to isolate that neck.
Come on,
Finally, a right hand brings down from the top for Loik Radzhabov. But Martinez answers with a few of his own from the back. And another attempt to compromise that head and neck position of Loik Radzhabov from Alexander Martinez on the bottom. He's got 2 minutes to maybe stand up and make something happen. A grueling fight here at 155 pounds to start the season 3 action. Heavy hits from Radzhabov. And back down to the ground they go. Randy, he promised that he was going to use more wrestling this year. I'm not sure that this much wrestling is the best strategic decision.
Well, and I think it would be more effective if he posture up and really land some shots, but he's so worried about Martinez's ability on the ground to submit him that he's not opening up when he gets the dominant position.
Yeah, that's right. I think this is the easiest path to victory, but I agree with Randy. He's got to do more and take advantage of these positions that he's in, because right now it's Martinez who's really attacking more, even though he's on his back.
Credit to both of these fighters for their conditioning. Now, Radzhabov takes the back of Martinez. Martinez will look to use the cage to peel him off. Nice scramble once again.
Very nice job by Martinez. What composure. For 7 fights, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, definitely. He's been in some tough spots. Now looking to try to put Radzhabov on his back again. And he really was able to capitalize in round 1 by getting mount. See if he can do something here.
Less than 1 minute here in round number 3 of a possible 3. 45 seconds remain in this fight. Martinez, another guillotine attempt. We've seen, I don't know how many of these guillotine attempts, Kenny. How do you actually finish it?
Yeah, for arm and guillotine on the feet, you're really just not going to be able to do it. It's extremely difficult. You got to go to that high elbow guillotine. But he landed a nice knee off that clinch and now landing some nice shots from the outside. This is where I thought Martinez would be trying to keep this fight from the outside.
A nice exchange there, each landing one. Spinning back fist and a hook to follow it. Radzhabov once again takes the back standing.
Both these guys are exhausted, really have exerted a lot of energy, really going for it.
Nice takedown. Radzhabov picks him up and puts him down. A couple of right hands for good measure, and that is the final bell. Loik Radzhabov from Tajikistan, Alex Martinez fighting out of Canada now, representing his home country of Paraguay. Fascinating fight.
Very interesting, and I'm interested to see what the FBR comes up with after this fight.
And what the judges say about it. We'll find out next on ESPN+. It's time now for the Cageonomics Stats Bundle presented by Geico, and you can see a frenetic pace in this one. 7 takedowns for Loik Radzhabov, 3 for Alex Martinez. Kicks, punches, ground strikes, a little bit of everything here. Tough one to call, Kenny Florian.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you said it off the top of the broadcast, not all techniques are created equal. We'll take a look at the takedowns here coming up. Radzhabov hit some beautiful takedowns in the clinch.
Body lock outside step to a nice takedown. Another body lock outside step. Uses his hips well, captures Martinez. There's the double leg. Pulls those legs out. In deep now on a double. Switches to the single. Martinez doing a nice job of fighting and not conceding any of it. Just a little Martinez inside trip. He ends up on the bottom. Radzhabov doing a nice job with his body lock. There's the big one right at the end. Hits him up and drops him hard.
That's a little rich energy replay package for you, and a lot to digest here. Curious to see what the judges thought of the offense off the back for Alex Martinez. Kenny, walk me through these Martinez replays, if you don't mind.
All right, so Martinez, keeping him on the outside. We were talking about that lead leg. That's straight out of a Taekwondo textbook right there. Beautiful stuff there. Landing a nice 1-2 there against Radzhabov. keeping him on the outside. I would have liked to seen more of that, but as far as the exchanges on the feet, they have to go to Martinez, in my opinion.
We'll see how the judges saw it. We'll see what the fighter performance rating says. Round 1, slight edge to Loik Radzhabov. Round 2, with all that offense from the back and that nice combination, goes to Martinez. FPR says that round 3 went to Loik Radzhabov. Not a huge margin in those round 1 or round 3 scores. But just to educate the fans, we have attempted to make fighter performance rating an objective measure of what happens inside the cage. FPR, presented by our good friends at Rich Energy, we're trying to take the subjective nature of judging out of these scores. But still, the official decisions are made by 3 human beings sitting cage side. And Lillian Garcia has their official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Sue Sanidad scores the contest 29-28 for Martinez. Judge Donnie Carolai scores it 29-28 for Radzhabov. And Judge Cardo Urso has it 30-27 for your winner by split decision, earning 3 points in the lightweight division, Alexander Martinez.
Alexander Martinez remains undefeated, successful in his PFL debut. Winner by split decision and earns 3 points